Hi everyone! I'm happy to be with you today because today is sleep day. I really hope all of you are working really hard to set a regular bedtime and go to sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time, because when it comes to sleep quantity and quality, regularity is king. It is king. So I really hope you're working on that. But today's challenge is to create a perfect sleep environment. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today and how to do that. So there's 3 things you need. That's cool, dark, and quiet. So cool is between 65 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's pretty cold. What I like to do is after dinner, I start cooling the house down, because melatonin is actually a cooling hormone. And so you can't fall asleep until your body is cooled down. And it really helps to have a cold environment. So if I put my kids to bed or even myself to bed and it's warmer, even if it gets colder on later in the night, I have a hard time falling asleep. So make sure that you start cooling the house down before you go to bed. Yes. Oh, make sure you don't freeze. Actually, it really helps some people like to wear gloves or socks to bed, because that tricks your body into thinking. It's kind of funny because your body needs to cool down, but yet your feet and hands need to be warm, and that's because it creates vasodilation so that your body can release heat, right? So a lot of people will wear gloves or socks to bed, and if you need to do that, go right ahead. They've also found that wearing less clothing to bed is helpful and helps with a good night's sleep. So maybe don't snuggle up in those super warm jammies, but wear something light. Now, obviously, don't freeze yourself so that you wake up in the middle of the night, but consider creating an environment so your body can cool itself down and sleep well, because like I said, melatonin is what regulates your sleep and what helps you get into deep sleep, and you need to be cool. It's actually technically it's a cooling hormone, but anyways, okay, so cool. The next thing is dark. Now, it needs to be pretty dark, like dark enough not to see your hand if you wave it in front of your face. They found that they've done surveys where they've surveyed people who can see their hand in front of their face and people who can't when they're in their rooms at night, and the people who can't see their hands consistently get way better sleep. And the next thing might be one of the more difficult things. It is make your room quiet. That seems like it should be simple, but it's often not, because if you live in the city, there's often lots of noises. Maybe your spouse is noisy when he sleeps. But here are some of my tips to help you reach that quiet environment to help you sleep. So earplugs. It might take a little bit of time to get used to them, but it often helps a lot of people be able to sleep and be able to sleep with their spouse. The next thing is this little number. I use it on my kids, and I actually want to buy one for myself, but it's called Dohm, Dohm. I'll link it below. I bought it off of Amazon, but it has a really nice, soothing white noise sound. It doesn't sound electronic, and it sounds like a fan, and I love it. We have one in every bedroom in this house, except for mine. I need to get myself one. So another thing, if you're still having trouble with keeping your room quiet, another thing is noise cancellation headphones. So there's this company called Kokoon. It's Kokoon. I'll link that below as well. But they've made some a really cool invention. They're soft. They're made out of silicone, so if you roll over, it doesn't hurt your head. And you can choose the background noise if you so it comes with an app. You can choose the background noise that you want to listen to all night, and it actually senses and tracks your sleep. It has EEG brainwave sensors, and it tracks movement, and it tracks any disturbances. So it can actually, it's like they're smart headphones, so it can tell if what it's doing is helpful, and if not, then it suggests changes in the app for you to, you know, adjust it to how you like it. And it also has noise cancellation, so you're not hearing outside noise. It cancels all that out, plus you have the option of putting background noise in. Like, yes, I actually have one. I can't find it because we just moved, but I mean, they're expensive, so maybe Mother's Day gift, birthday gift, Christmas. But it's worth a try if it's something that you really think you need. There's also, a lot of people find a lot of success with what they call a sleep divorce. That sounds awful, but so you and your spouse sleep in separate rooms. But what they found is it actually improves your relationship, and I know a lot of couples are resistant to it because they're like, oh no, we won't have the opportunity to be intimate. Like, they're worried about not having as much sex, but they found that people report being more intimate with their spouse after a sleep divorce. Maybe they have better energy to do it, or they're happier, or they like each other better because they've slept well. So yeah, those are my tips. Remember to keep it cool, dark, and quiet, and create your perfect sleep environment. Love you guys. Sleep well.